We are so back. Man, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are feeling as good as I am after hearing just a second ago, part 1, Return to Ommadawn. And now it is time to return to Ommadawn. Mike Oldfield, of course. If for some reason you didn't watch part 1, you are missing out because we are moving on to part 2. I don't have a ton to say in the intro because I'm still speechless from the first part. And in case you're somehow here without watching the first part, I literally just listened to it. I've just separated the videos a little bit time-wise, but trust me, it is still rippling in my heart. So let's go ahead and dive into part 2. Will it measure up to the fascinating heights of part 1? Even if it gets halfway there, I'm not going to lie, it's completely fine with me. Press the like button, all of that stuff. Let's get into it. Over the hills, that atmosphere is coming in. I like the subtle layering of everything here. It's deceptively simple, but there's a lot happening there. A little tension in this change. That's a warm chord. It's like a hearty flutter. Like an angelic choir that's just getting into it. It's like a lot of overdubs with the guitar, even if just for a few notes. I like this instrumental kind of verse chorus that's happening. just changing the panning for those, by the way. Those drums are back. Okay. Strong strumming. Very anthemic, this guitar lead. Like the bends. This feels like a victory lap. How it slides into that higher note. I thought this changed with the bass coming in, kind of brings a calmness. So there's these waters. This feels like riding off into the sunset. There's your sunset. come up with there? Those atmospheric guitars? That's a heavy distorted guitar back there. It brings a different tone to it, right? It brings a different color, different gradient to it. That's like a purposely messy strum. Back to the anthem. Warming it up. There's two at least solos happening. I love that melody though. Into that high note. Oh, they got it! I knew he was going to do something, but I didn't know it was going to be that. Horseback? It's on horseback again!
I'd rather be here.
We're back. Back. Right back to it. That melody is subtle on the right. It's the same one he was playing before. This is going to be the same as my reaction to part one. It's going to be the same. Oh boy. I love this. Oh. And I'm sorry, that moment near the end when it was building up, and he was building up like with his acoustic guitar, I knew he was gonna pick into something, and like I didn't expect it to like blow off, like, you know, to blow its top in a way. I thought it was just gonna kind of be another one of those subtle little climaxes that, you know, nothing else comes in. And I'm sorry because I know I kind of scared myself when it happened. I don't even know what time it was, but the just bombshell of a way that he dropped that on us and then used that as his vehicle to build into the final climax there. Oh boy. This is a perfect album. This is a perfect album. When was Ommadawn released? 70 what? I know it was 70 something, just don't know exactly. This was released 2017. Ommadawn, 1975. What is that, 40 years? A little over 42 years? Is my math correct? 42 years later? 42 years later, and he says, I still got it. Don't. he still says, I got it still. Don't. If there was ever a doubt in your mind,
That's a 10.
he can still produce those 10s. This track felt more playful and celebratory. I said it during the track, but I kind of said it was like a victory lap. Like the first part one to me is like mystifying and you know, still exuberant in many ways, but it kind of had a certain spirituality to it for me. Part two to me is like a party. They're both similar, of course, and they tread the same road, but the road is made of different materials. And I love how this one just felt so celebratory, so climactic. This is, as of right now, his final studio album. And I mean, if this was the last one for him to ever make, it's not a bad way to go. This brings things kind of full circle to an extent. And once again, shows us the greatness of Michael Oldfield in making these long instrumental tracks in which he is the only one involved. And can we talk about him bringing back the on horseback section? I did not expect to hear that. I did not expect to hear the horseback section in here, but I am so pleasantly surprised. This whole album was a surprise. This was genuinely a joy to listen to in every respect. There's that moment when the very heavy distorted guitar comes in that sounds very modern, and I like how he brought that out, but in a subtle way, not as like this big guitar riff to like change. No, it was just kind of back there, just in the ambience of it all. And he knows sound so well. This was just a great listen. This was just a really awesome listen. I didn't even look at any of the information about this album. I didn't even look at any of the information. All right, let's do that now. Woo! 26th and final studio album. It says Return to Ommadawn is the last studio album Oldfield released before the announcement of his retirement. I didn't know that he like officially retired in 2023, just 2 years ago. It says in March 2014, he released his album Man on the Rocks, which marked a diversion from his traditional long-form instrumental style of music and comprised standard rock songs with vocals. When Oldfield started his next album, he took to social media asking fans what sort of album they would like from him. A lot of musicians would take like nothing from the fans, or not a lot. They're going to do their own thing, and nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I like how he asked people what they wanted. The majority of people responded wished for a long-form acoustic-oriented one, similar to his first three, and learned that the latter, Ommadawn, had become a particular favorite among fans. This influenced him to record a sequel to Ommadawn, which had been on his mind for some time. His 1990 album, Amarok, which a lot of you said to listen to, which we'll get to, was originally going to be Ommadawn 2 before the material went off in its own direction. In addition, Oldfield wished to make the sequel after he logged onto an online chat with Jean-Michel Jarre, who said that he was a fan of Oldfield's music and wished to collaborate with him on his electronica project, but considered his music too acoustic. Oldfield recalled, "That got me thinking, if someone like him believes I'm an acoustic musician, then it showed how important that part of my career has been." I would love for Jarre and Oldfield to work together. In 2015, he posted on his Twitter account he has started working on new music for a new Ommadawn to see if the concept actually works. He was aware of the popularity of Hargis Ridge and used the album for inspiration. This was the case for the introduction, whereby a folk melody starts the piece and changed to a more atmospheric one. It goes on from there. Early on, Oldfield realized that he was out of practice on his guitar technique as his fingertips had softened, causing pain when playing. He focused on the instrument for 3 weeks to get up to scratch. I like that. I like how he felt he was out of practice for what he had in mind, and he said, you know what? Time to put hand to string and get it back into where it needs to be. He began gathering the necessary instruments into a studio that he could work on. Of course, we heard many of those. He then decided to record in time with a wind-up metronome as opposed to a programmed click track. He used Logic Pro, but found it increasingly unreliable, which prompted him to switch to Pro Tools and invest in larger screens. It goes on from there. He played sections of the album to his two sons for feedback. One suggested a part sounded too busy and should instead feature just one instrument, which Oldfield took on board and has bits that feature one guitar. And as with the original Ommadawn, he left mistakes in the recording to retain a human quality. I cannot tell you how much I love that. In 2016, he said that album was finished and waiting for an official release date. Towards the end of the recording, the Bahamas suffered a direct hit from Hurricane Matthew, causing extensive damage to the home, resulting in loss of power for weeks. When the album was finished, Oldfield delivered the recordings to Virgin using a backup internet connection. The transfer took around 24 hours due to low speeds. In December 2016, he announced the release date. And there it goes. First album since Incantations, another favorite that follows the format of having one track per side of vinyl, simply titled Part 1 and Part 2. And there's your chart information. Absolutely brilliant. Number 1 on Spanish albums there. Absolutely brilliant. Once again, I can't tell you just how much I enjoyed this listen, going through these 2 tracks, and I really hope that you guys did as well. Boy, this was such a fantastic one. It was such a good one. This will put me in a good mood for hours. I am set. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really, really hope that you enjoyed the music. Forget me. Hope you enjoyed Oldfield here. God. Patreon's there if you want to support the Buy Me a Coffee page there as well. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a lovely one. Thank you so much for being here. On horseback, saddle up, head towards that sunset.